Individuals with Disabilities Education Improvement Act governs how states and public agencies provide early intervention, special education, and related services to more than 6.5 million eligible infants, toddlers, children, and youth with disabilities. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Improvement Act was originally enacted as the Education for All Handicapped Children Act in 1975. The policy's name was changed to the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act in 1990 to reflect person-first language. In 2004, with added requirements for special education services, IDEA was upgraded to the current law, the Individuals with Disabilities Education Improvement Act. This law provides so many important services to people with disabilities, such as individualized education plans, the right to be educated in general education to the maximum extent possible, a public education and any related services a child needs at no cost to the family, and gives parents the right to be fully included in their child's education, giving them the right to due process. The IDEIA has shaped disability culture surrounding special education services.
Prohibits the discrimination against people with disabilities, has physical mental impairment that substantially limits one or more major life activities. It affords similar protections against discrimination. Both include mental and physical medical conditions. Conditions are deafness, blindness, and intellectual disability. Some effects. People with disabilities have had a battle against centuries. In the 1800s, people with disabilities were considered tragic.
The Civil Rights of Institutionalized Persons Act was created in 1997. This law was made to protect anyone confined in government-operated institutions such as mental health facilities, disability and intellectual disability facilities, nursing homes, prisons, jails, and juvenile correction centers. The CRIPA now makes sure that mental health, disability, and intellectual disability facilities now provide for proper education services for all children and adolescents in them. Each individual also must have the right to adequate rehabilitation and active treatment while in these facilities based on their individual needs. To make sure that institutions are implementing these requirements, the Department of Justice is able to send investigators to create reports. In order to do this, there is a procedure. First, a file must be complained. Then they must notify the institution that there's going to be an ongoing investigation. Then they can perform site visits, and then they can make a case and create documentation. This is important because it protects the rights of the individuals in the institutions as well as protecting the rights that the institution has on its own.
The Rehabilitation Act of 1973 was created to prevent discrimination against people with disabilities that are broken up into several sections. Section 501 prohibits federal employers from discriminating qualified individuals with disabilities. Section 503 prohibits discrimination based on disability and requires affirmative action in hiring, placement, and advancement by federal contractors. Section 504 makes it illegal for federal agencies that receive federal financial assistance to discriminate against qualified individuals with disabilities. Section 508 requires electronic and information technology to be accessible to people with disabilities.